Unfortunately, it is that time of year again, and yet again I've been lazy and or unmotivated and or refusing to believe that it's actually winter. Maybe all the above. In any case, it's time to winterize the bikes. I've already winterized the other ones for the most part, but since the FZ is a new addition to the fleet, I figured I'd make a video about that. So here we go. Every year it's the same story. I have the best intentions of winterizing my motorcycles properly, but I just ride so late into the season and then it just gets so frigidly, deathly cold overnight. It's like 12 degrees right now. We've hardly had snow. We have had snow, but we haven't had a lot of snow. It's just this freezing, bitter, bone-chilling cold that's just nasty. You will also notice that my garage is an absolute mess.
It's an awful mess.
I've got more tires and wheels in here than I've ever had before. I've got this new set for the Civic Si. I've got that set over there. I got a new set of wheels. Actually, those are the wheels for my brother, and those are his tires. And then I got all sorts of other crap in here stacking up. I got a mini fridge. I got my other bikes. I've of course got the Viper, which I also need to winterize. Civic Si right there. Garden tools, lawnmowers. Oh, I don't even know what all that stuff is. Table saw, chest thing, old bike parts, vacuum, shadow, oil, boxes, tools, random other boxes. The list just goes on. So I've already done the shadow. I've got all the other bikes done. It is friggin' cold. I can't wear big gloves because it's can't feel the screws and all that, and I don't know where my small work gloves are, so I'm gonna have to barehand it here for a little bit. Already regretting it.
I immediately regret this decision.
First thing we're gonna do is treat the fuel. If I'm remembering correctly, the FZ has 4-gallon tank or so. This treats 2.5 gallons per ounce, I think. So getting this ready and gonna pour it in. Alright, fuel stabilizer, here we go. Pour that on in, fill it up again, put it in again. And now, key. And now we start it. We're gonna let it run for a few minutes to suck in some of that fuel stabilizer into the system. It's not a carbureted bike, but just try to get some of that fuel into the rest of the system. I already filled the gas up. You saw me put fuel stabilizer in. So now it's a case of taking the battery out, which is under the seat here. And I think that's probably gonna be it for this year. All right, that's good enough. Slowly losing feeling in my fingers. First things first, I gotta get a Allen wrench to take the seat off. I don't know. Here we go. Right here. Alright, so Allen wrench to take the seat off so I can get the battery. As some of you may remember, to get the seat off, you gotta pull these corners up right here. And then there are some Allen bolts here on the corners that you undo. Then the seat comes out. So now the seat can come off. And the FZ has this battery bracket right here that's kind of a pain. It's 4 Allen screws or bolts, I should say. And now the bracket's off and we can get to the battery. Negative first. Put this guy right back so that we don't lose him. Alright, I worked my way around to the other side. I'm gonna try to pull this thing out. How in the bloody hell you're supposed to get these things out. Oh, there we go. Oh God, thank God. As I have talked about in previous videos, you always want to try to critter-proof your bike. So put something in this battery cavity because it makes a perfect house for a chipmunk, squirrel, mouse, whatever. And I've had it happen to me before. So fill in that space with something. Ping pong balls work really well. Yes, ping pong balls. I don't use t-shirts or rags or anything like that because that's just even more inviting in my book when it comes to a rodent looking for a house. And on the topic of rodents, this is the air intake right here. So I can take the battery out, fill in the cavity, and block the air intake in one fell swoop. I'm just using some cheap duct tape. So I'm just gonna block that opening, and there you go. It doesn't have to be anything pretty. So now we just reverse all of our steps. Battery bracket, seat back in, and the very last step for the bike is cover up your exhaust. And like so. And so yeah, you're done. Or with at least what I've decided to do this year for winterization. Because if you didn't figure it out yet, I'm the idiot who forgot to winterize his bikes. It's the same story every year, I swear to God. This is gonna be tight. Yep, so there you go. There's all the bikes bedding down for winter. We got the CB125S, we got the GS650E, we got the SV650S, and of course the FZ07 is what we just did. And then over here we've got the Honda Shadow. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we've still got this monster that we have to get ready for snow. Well, the snow has already come, but get him ready for the rest of winter, I should say. I got the FZ battery right there, so the last final true step to this whole thing is going inside and getting him connected to the battery tender. Alright, so here we are in my little battery charging room. And over here, as you might remember from last year, is my battery charging station. We've got, of course, the SV650S battery there. We've got the Shadow battery here, which is actually actively charging because I just barely took it out earlier. I didn't make a video about that because you saw me do that last year in last year's winterization video, so I just took it out off camera. And then back there, we've got the CB battery. And then, of course, right here, we got the FZ battery. So yeah, that's it. Riding season's over. Part of me dies. I am gonna probably go cry. Batteries are charging for the winter, so there we go. Success. So now we just reverse all of our steps. I don't even know how this went on.